Welcome to another episode of the Lovers and Things podcast,
where your favorite couple's favorite couple
talks about the things they love.
Oh. See, y'all?
Oh, we're back.
Clearly, we missed out on our true purpose, which is
vocality.
backup singing for Usher.
I agree. And maybe even Beyonce on the Cowboy Carter album.
Okay.
A little Southern vocal.
We'd be great backup singers.
I think we would too. I think we'd have
the look down.
Yeah.
Like you can have your hair out.
For sure.
I can grow my hair out.
Yeah,
do something fun. Art and musician like.
Have we talked about your fun hair era? They missed your fun hair era.
It's probably for the best. They missed that.
Greg has had color. He's had height.
Oh, I should bring the color back.
Yeah. You had a really nice auburn. That was nice.
The color was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most recent.
Yep.
Before then was the Blue Jay.
The Blue Jay.
Which,
it's like this very tapered,
half
thing.
Mohawk.
Yeah.
Only the top.
Yeah.
Was doing this.
You guys know Svelte Greg, okay? You
that
know
was
Low Boy Greg.
Tight. That was tight suit wearing Greg.
What an era.
No
I, on
more.
the other hand, have always looked like this. So
Your style has evolved.
yeah, not my hair.
Oh, your hair?
I mean, I used to wig it sometimes. I've worn
yeah.
red hair in a wig form before.
Uh-huh.
But that's usually it. I usually do black
A
hair.
wig.
A wig. Just
Lex has
one.
done one wig.
Yeah.
In her adult life.
Yeah, listen. That's all
Yeah.
it's about.
Oh, but we're back.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys miss us? It's been
back,
a time. We took time to have a spring break, if you will.
Oh, let's call it that. Yeah,
I'm calling it a spring break. I'm calling it a spring break, which I think we greatly enjoyed. We celebrated our anniversary. It was also Easter weekend. Like, we really enjoyed that week of our lives.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What else did we do?
That was it.
Easter weekend?
Easter, anniversary. And then that was
Watched
the vibe.
a lot of movies.
We did watch a lot of movies.
We tried. Lex has never seen The Mask.
Yeah,
Jim Carrey.
we recently saw The Mask.
And we saw. What do you think of it? Now that you've seen The Mask,
Well, I think it's a really good film. I think for the time,
it's good.
it's very good. Jim Carrey, wow, what a physical actor!
He is very talented, right?
Very talented. So yeah, we've been watching some random movies. So that's why we wasn't talking to y'all.
It was on Tubi, y'all.
Yeah, it was on Tubi.
Catch it while it's on there.
Which tells you all you need to know.
Yeah. And what else have you watched?
Oh my gosh, what else have I been watching? I've been watching a lot of. Is this a what Lex is watching segment?
What?
Light, real light.
For some reason, you seem very anti that segment. What's Lex watching?
Okay, I'm not anti that segment. Guys, I am a consumer of television, reality, documentaries. I'm a consumer. But I also recognize that this isn't a podcast about TV shows. So I'm leery of making it a thing.
A fair point.
Because otherwise it just becomes me talking about what I'm watching. And if you want that, please raise your hand.
Maybe lovers and film?
Yeah, maybe we'll do
spin-off?
another segment for those who care about television and film.
Or a separate pod entirely.
Yeah, we'll do some on YouTube.
Maybe. That might be it.
That could be of interest.
Would y'all come along with us on this lovers and films? Yeah.
And I'm talking like a 10, 15 minute bite separate
Journey?
of the podcast. Yeah, not Jersey.
We're already in Jersey.
Wow, that's happening.
I'm losing it, y'all.
This
Stay
what
with
happens when you're not on for a while. You lose the mojo.
Yeah. So you've been watching low budget films?
I've been watching a lot of low budget Black people films, and what I mean by that is these low budget, very grainy, bad sound.
There's always something off with them.
Yeah, the ones that are funded through your local community so and so, and those have been my favorite thing to watch on Prime. I've gone through them like water.
What's going on? Why have you been binging this? Because I only saw one of them, which I don't remember the name of that movie. What was that movie? What was that one called?
I don't remember the name of either of them any of them because they're not important. But I know that I've watched
one was good, though.
3. Which one was that?
The one where the girl was a cam girl and she was.
See, that one actually wasn't low budget. That one was a Nigerian film.
But
that was a Nollywood joint.
There's always something off. And although the visuals were great, the film quality was amazing, the sound, they just couldn't get the sound right.
Yeah, the sound was a little
That was the one thing that was a little off and
just,
a little
just
distracting at times.
Slightly on that one.
But it's a great quality film overall as a story. What? I can't remember what it's called. I'm pretty sure if y'all Googled, well, don't Google cam girl film because you'll get other things. But it's a story about a guy who has a cute meat is what we discovered they're called. They're called cute meats. When you bump into someone.
You keep trying to make a cute meat happen. Cute meat is not a thing.
Google it. Cute meat. It's a thing. Ugh. It's a film mechanism to bring two people who have differing paths together.
Yes, fine.
A cute meat, if you will.
Yes.
So he finds out that this girl, he's like a software engineer, finds out this girl is a cam girl, that he meets her, and because they're living in the same building.
They are.
And then turns out they hit it off and they actually start to grow a relationship.
That is true.
He doesn't tell her that he knows that she's a cam girl.
Yeah.
And that was a red flag.
Yeah.
Mayhem ensues. Drama happens. And she finds out way later that he knows, and but ultimately it gets wrapped up pretty nicely. It's a good film.
Okay, so you like my low budget Black people films?
I like that
one.
That one was good
because that little synopsis was very, very nice.
That was good.
That one was great. But yeah, so that's been my thing lately, and I think it's because a lot of regular television, Netflix is dry. Y'all know. If y'all know, y'all know. Netflix is dry. HBO Max or just Max is dry. There's no series that's got the people going.
Well,
so
Curb,
I'm like,
I've been on Curb Your Enthusiasm. I've been on that. They wrapped up their last season.
Okay.
What I got for that? What I got that?
Okay.
It's not really shocking news. Larry David's 79, 78.
Larry David, who was the star of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, and he's it was a good last season, full of the classic tropes of the series. But it'll be missed. But then again, there's 20 something seasons, 13 seasons of the show. It's a catch up on that with a lot of evergreen stories. So if you haven't caught Curb, you won't get any new episodes, but if you haven't seen it, you can watch the old ones.
Yeah,
they're great.
Curb Your Enthusiasm is one of the shows that I started watching because of Greg. The humor and writing on that show is not necessarily my style, but I think I can appreciate I can appreciate what it does.
Do you like any comedy? You don't like comedy?
No, I like comedy. I like comedy.
One comedy show.
I love Martin.
Oh my God.
Martin is delightful. Insecure
Anything
to
in the
me
last
is a comedy.
20 years.
Insecure is a comedy. That is a comedy. It's a dramedy.
You like the dramedy. You like more the drama than the comedy.
But I don't. Well, and it's not. But you know what I'm talking about. Like Seinfeld, Curb Your Enthusiasm is a particular type of humor, very dry, very on the nose, and that it had to grow on me. I can appreciate the formatting though. Like I said, it's a legendary series.
She don't like comedies, y'all, and that's
okay.
That's
not true.
That's okay.
Oh my god.
You like dramedies. You like murder mysteries.
I do like comedies though. You can't say that. I just don't like that particular type of comedy, and that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, we'll move on from that.
But what's been going on in your world? It can't just be about me. What you got going on?
We've been on a church journey. We've been looking for a church home.
Yes.
And we are very particular about our churches.
Oh yes,
we don't just Google church within 5 miles and just show up and be a member.
Absolutely,
we're choosy.
Yes.
With our church,
as we should
with our
be.
Churches.
You gotta be choosy about your spiritual covering. And
yeah, we don't play about that. I remember this is like our second time going through this journey of finding a church home. The first time was when we were in Orlando and we graduated college. We're grown now. We got tired of going to the local church, the UCF church that everyone
I was going to call it out, but I was like, let me not say the name of the church.
Go to. So this church is the church all the college students will go to.
Yeah.
Black UCF mostly. It's Black UCF.
Black UCF. It's the assumed church that the Black students go to because
it's
that's just
nearby,
where we go.
Yeah, everyone goes there.
It's Baptist leaning.
Yeah. It was textbook. You go to the club on Saturday, and the same people that was in your section in the club, they're right there in the pews with you, praising the Lord on Sunday. It was that, we were just
Sinners, all of them.
We were living our lives, but saved. You know, we were saved. We wanted to, refill our cup for the week, if you will.
Caveat: don't have Greg have you thinking he was in the club every weekend, or that was not
in the club every weekend.
Also, for caveat it, that's not the lifestyle.
The club. This is what the club was. The club was literally like you just go to a bar, you hang out with your friends, and you're just like you just dressed up, looking nice, hanging out after hours.
Very true.
That's all it was. Really, just standing around. A lot of standing around. Loud
what is
music.
It about our generation and standing around?
And a hookah afterwards, and then we go get pizza, or we go get tacos at Gringos Locos.
Gringos Locos.
That's just what it was. Just like a social thing. It was nothing debaucherous, really. It was pretty tame,
but
relatively.
Still good times.
So we would go to that church. Now the thing about the church, the pastor at this church, he would just revel in his ratchet past. He would go every now and then on the church service. He would just dive into how back in the day he was in the club, and I guess he was speaking to his audience, but but like how he was really in it. The substance abuses, the substances he used to abuse, and how wild his life was. And it was as if it was like a Hall of Fame basketball player reliving his championship run. I'm like, are you having more nostalgia about that, or about the future you're about to have with the Lord? Like, which one is it?
It was very strange. And I think, again, because it was the automatic, this is where you go, everyone kind of went there. And I don't think we were critical about the word that was being delivered. And we weren't critical about those things at that part in our spiritual journey. And so that was just that. So that was the first church.
Right. And then we started visiting other churches. There was one church we visited. It was all right. It was a little bit too... what's it called when you preach about money all the time?
Too much
prosperity
preaching. We're not fans of prosperity preaching.
It was like overwhelming. Sure. Like every Sunday was about how you need to go get that bag. And I'm like, I love this once, but after the third Sunday, it was just too much.
Yeah, a lot of talk of mansions and Rolls Royces
mansions,
and
fancy
Mercedes,
cars.
and like I'm at what point are we talking about the love of God?
Right,
like it's not
my spiritual journey, right? So we had that much discernment back then, and then ultimately we were at a cheesecake factory one day, and then a Maserati Quattroporte pulls up.
Before we get there, there was another church in between there. There was another church in between there.
I blocked that from my memory.
You did that on purpose.
So
okay, that's fine.
Tell these people about this church.
That particular church was a newer church. And this is the part, if y'all have been on your spiritual journeys and you're saved, you'll know what I mean. Like you're on the part of your journey where you're trying to find a church that feels you spiritually, but also connects you to a community that's like you, right? So you have the older churches whose congregation is older, right? They don't have, they're more traditional. You have your churches like the one that we originally went to, which is just like a default to go to because you don't know where you are in your journey. And then somewhere along the line, you're like, okay, I need to find something that feeds me spiritually, but also provides me the community I need to grow. This particular church that we were visiting felt like it was going to be that place.
Yeah.
It was led by a younger pastor. It was up and coming. It felt like we were going to be a part of something that was going to be, substantial in time. It had all the makings of what it would have been a good church.
Yeah.
And then there was scandal with the pastor, honey.
Scandal with the pastor.
And we had to get up out of there so fast. It was not of God. It was not of God. No.
It was a bit too messy.
We had to
for us.
We were out of there.
I can't deal with this. This is way too distracting.
Yeah, so that was our third. That was like our
very
third church.
Scandalous. There was a lot of young women in the church.
Oh boy,
it got a little. The pots got stirred and a little too much stirring.
Absolutely.
So we moved on from there.
And then Maserati
Quattroporte Cheesecake Factory. Y'all know the Cheesecake Factory. Our Orlando people, y'all know the Cheesecake Factory.
The one in Millennium Mall. Yes.
About eating out, we know.
We likes to eat. And the thing about this Cheesecake Factory is like, unlike the ones up north, there's like lots of outdoor seating.
They have outdoor dining ones up here.
But it be cold 90% of the year. No one's sitting outside here.
There was a outdoor dining restaurant in New Jersey.
Yeah.
In a mall. The outdoor dining seating was in like the hallways of the mall.
It'd be cold.
Yeah, a lot of the malls do this.
Yeah.
California Pizza Kitchen.
Yeah.
At state, whatever.
Yes.
The one in Paramus.
The one does that. And also the Cheesecake Factory that we went to
in some other mall
was
had outdoor
inside.
dining inside. Desperate times up here, y'all.
So funny.
In New Jersey. Maserati Quattro Boy pulls up. And I'm like, who is that? Because I notice cars. I'm a car guy. I love to identify a good, proper vehicle.
You do.
And someone that makes the choice to go for Quattroporte is someone with taste.
Period.
You know, they didn't go for the Hibli, which is the other model. They went for the Quattroporte.
The what now? They don't go to the what?
Hibli. Maserati Hibli.
Please.
The G is silent.
Oh my.
Hop out the car is past Tye Tribbett. Tye Tribbett, the gospel singer. Grammy Award winning gospel singer.
Okay. Yes. So if anyone knows me, I am a looker-upper. I'm a looker-upper.
What that mean?
I'm an investigator.
Okay.
I'm an investigator. So we see Pastor Tye, or he wasn't Pastor Tye.
Can we give a little bit of background on who Pastor Tye?
Oh yes,
who Tye Tribbett is?
So Tye Tribbett, sorry for those who aren't aware,
millennial
Tye Tribbett
Christians.
is like the millennial Kirk Franklin. So at the age where Greg and I were in high school and probably beginning our journey into identifying ourselves in the Lord, Tye Tribbett was like the mega of all gospel music for our generation.
Contemporary gospel artist.
I can't tell you how many of our youth choir songs were from Tye Tribbett.
The Victory album.
And hello. I got to be.
That's a good one. That's repeatable.
Yes, it is.
Run it back in your car.
Yes, it is.
After the pod, of course.
Woo! That's a good one.
Play the Tye Tribbett Victory.
Hey.
Massive gospel singer.
Massive.
Award-winning, global.
Grammy Award. Like, this man is a phenomenon, right? So, and he's, again, recognizable to us. He pulls up, and we say to ourselves, what's Tye Tribbett doing in Orlando? Because we know enough about him to know, number one, he's from up north, right? He's not from the South.
Yeah.
And second of all, like,
what he doing here?
In Orlando? Like, it just felt super random. And so afterwards, I don't know if you remember, I get to Googling and find his Instagram. And on his Instagram is a flyer that says Tye Tribbett is starting a church. Their first Sunday is going to be at the Holy Land, which is also in Orlando.
A Christian theme park.
Yeah, by the way, the Holy Land is a Christian.
It's giving righteous gemstones.
Oh my gosh.
Like
when I say the story out loud, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is tragically
It's such a
funny.
Orlando story.
Yeah. And so we go.
Yeah.
I think we went to that first Sunday, if not one of the first ones.
And we were impressed.
We were impressed.
It was a great service.
Yeah, very good service, good word, obviously good music, but I think more than anything it was Pastor Tye. I keep calling him Pastor Tye because that's what I know him as now, but his ability to connect the word to real applicable things in life and give you sort of anecdotes for you to then apply in your real life. And I think that, along with my personal upbringing in the church and the pastor that I have back home, that's just the way I like to receive the word. Right. I like the deep history, delve into the word, what these translations mean, what the context is, and then taking that word and then applying it to my life is important to me. The applicability.
And like always staying true to the text.
Yes.
Very text focused. So that was our jam.
That was and we were at Live. The church is called Live Orlando. Yeah. Highly recommend if you guys are in the area. And we were members of Live up until
it was our church.
Yeah, that was our church.
It was our church.
Yeah.
And it took us a while to get there, but we landed. It took a Grammy Award winning gospel artist to make us happen.
And to be fair,
we weren't that choosy. It was just luck. It was truly luck, and it was genuinely good.
It's not because of Pastor Tye's his accolades at all, because we could care less. It was more so about the community that was being built, the representation that was there, the word, the covering, the way the Spirit moved when we were in the space. Like it was always fantastic.
Yeah. So, thanks for bringing that home, because that's the truth. Yeah. It was genuinely serving our spiritual journey.
Absolutely.
So now, fast forward, we move to New Jersey, in New York City area, where then the hunt re-begins.
And it was very difficult at first because for cultural context, I was not aware. I mean, I was aware that the South has a particular way of doing church, right? And there's a particular way you show up. There are traditions, as are with all religions.
Yeah, it's a Southern church lifestyle.
Yeah, Southern church lifestyle, so particular.
You don't realize how particular it is until you leave the South.
Until you move.
And that was very jarring for us.
So when we moved, as you guys know, to Newark, and I was not familiar with the idea of Christian Christian religion and culture not being the dominant train of thought. It truly wasn't until I moved here that I came into close relationships with people of the Islamic faith, and I realized that there were a lot of Muslim communities here,
Jewish
communities here. Just different religions, which is a beautiful thing. So when we were looking for our church home, it was a particularly difficult experience at first because we're dealing with the majority of conversations not being Christian leaning at that point. And then also it's like we have a particular view of what church feels like in the South.
Because not only then there's a Southern Baptist Christian
which is even
perspective that we're used to.
Yeah.
And we search. We would go to Brooklyn, but then
that's a far drive.
That's a far drive, and then ultimately we landed on. We visited one place, and we've been enjoying it so far. And I think it feels pretty good to now that we've gone to Easter service, gone before Easter and after Easter, to have like, okay, well this church is we're aligned with this place. It seems like a good spot.
I think so.
To start to consistently go to.
Yeah, we're excited about it. It's a non-denominational congregation, which fits perfectly into what we're comfortable with. So yeah, very excited. And I think one of the coolest parts about it is when I look at the congregation, I literally see the world. I see different type of people and ages and children. Very diverse. And I think that's how New Jersey feels to me as well. Super diverse.
North Jersey,
yeah. So I love it. We're excited about it.
Yeah. So that's an update, a personal update for y'all.
But I will say, even still, if you guys know of any non-denominational churches,
It's late, y'all.
very late. Let us know. We're so open to exploring things. It's wherever the Spirit leads us. So if you know of something, let us know.
Yeah. So what else has been going on with you?
Well, I did want to change topics really quickly and talk about the greatest world-shattering phenomenon that is Beyonce's Cowboy Carter album.
Oh,
if you guys recall, I'd spoken about the highly anticipated release in our previous episodes. And since we've been away, the album has since dropped. And can I just say, life-changing. Can I get a pew, pew, pew? Give me a pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Listen.
Life-changing.
For me. And the eagle is right. It's American.
It's soaring.
It's soaring and it's American.
It is American, right?
It's American.
Yeah.
This 22-track album was released a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it has been on repeat in my headphones. I done bought the vinyl. I ain't never bought Beyonce merch before, y'all. I'm not even kidding. I have never bought Beyonce merch before. The way I snatched up this Cowboy Carter merch is a crime. And I will tell you this. Once you understand the context behind the album and how in the trilogy that it's supposed to be these 3 albums that Beyonce is producing for her loyalists and fans, Cowboy Carter was actually supposed to come out before Renaissance. And that is important to note because if you listen to the album all the way through and then transition into Renaissance, it's this beautiful flow of thought. There's momentum there. But anyway, Cowboy Carter, country inspired album that to me just feels so Southern and so Black American and so bare in the production, as opposed to Renaissance, which is a lot of 808s, it's a lot of layering, it's a lot of techno. This one is
dance,
a lot of dance. A lot of dance. This is truly vocals, strings, a little orchestration, and then towards the end she gets like a little bit more kind of hip-hoppy inspired. But it is a beautiful album. It is, to me, my favorite Beyonce album of all time. Oh
wow. So
Renaissance
about it. Had a short moment at the top.
It was Renaissance,
and it took the next album to knock that one out.
And I'm talking about her full 8-album catalog. Cowboy Carter, to me, is the best.
Okay.
Sonically, from a composition perspective, from a vocal layering perspective, from a melodic perspective, it is her best work. Beyonce is singing on this album, y'all.
Singing.
She is singing. And the way that Beyonce has a gift for layering her vocals on top of each other in the format of Southern inspired, again, banjo, guitar, sometimes a larger orchestral backing, is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And country music has a way of allowing the songstress to tell stories in a way that you don't get in other formats.
Yeah.
And so she's been able to give us nuggets of her life and storytelling in a way that you haven't heard from her before. It's very transparent, and I love it. So with that being said, I'm going to give you guys my top picks on the album.
Okay, what's your top picks?
My top picks on the album.
Was that top tracks?
Top tracks, top picks.
Top themes?
Top themes. The top things.
Okay.
On the album. Now, one of them is a cover. Blackbird is in my top. Blackbird is actually a cover of the Beatles song The Blackbird, written by Sir Paul McCartney. And this song was actually released in 1960 something or the other.
Yeah.
And he wrote it while he was in Scotland in response to the civil rights movement that was happening in the United States at the time, in the southern states specifically. And so he was inspired by the Little Rock Nine. You guys, if you're history buffs, understand the Little Rock Nine were a group of 9 individuals who, in response to Brown v. the Board of Education, were the first of individuals to be integrated into what was segregated schooling at the time. Okay. And so the Little Rock Nine, there's tons of photos and just so much history around them. And they were historic because, again, they were first of Black students to be integrated into all white populations. And so the original line, the song is, Blackbird singing in the dead of night. It was supposed to be Black woman from Little Rock. Like, he literally had those sort of themes woven in, but he wanted it to be timeless and to be applied to different things. And so it turned out to be Blackbird.
It's a beautiful song.
Beautiful song. And what makes it even more stunning is the fact that Beyonce intentionally features Black female artists that are in country music and are underrepresented in the film.
Nice.
Brittany Rayner, Tanner Adele, and don't let me lie, the other girl. Oh, I can't think of her name. Brittany Renner, Tanner Adele, Raina Roberts, and Tiara Kennedy are all Black women who are country singers currently and got to layer their vocals onto the track. So Blackbird,
love that.
Is one of my favorites. My next 2 are back to back. One of them is Protector. That's number 4 on the album. The number 5 is My Rose. I love these 2 because I am almost sure these are odes to her twins, Sir and Rumi. I think Rumi's is Protector, if not all of her children. But My Rose in particular, we know is for Sir Carter because on the CD version of this, the song is actually titled My Sir. So if you put in the CD, the song doesn't come up as My Rose as it does on streaming services. It comes up as Mr. Sir.
Oh.
And
nice Easter egg.
Nice little Easter egg. And those 2, again, beautiful, raw, melodic pieces from Beyonce where she's doing all this fun vocal layering, and then the keys are largely minor. And whenever there's a minor key, things just feel a little more sullen, things feel a little bit more dreary, but that's really to showcase the moment that these are serious topics. She's really emotional. It's great. So Protector and My Rose are my next 2 favorites. Now, I'm gonna skip over Bodyguard and Jolene. Y'all are going up for those in the internet, and they're cute. But the next 2 that are really great, melodically, again, sonically, Daughter and Alligator Tears.
Oh, she gone, y'all. She threw her hands up. She's done.
Daughter is fantastic because of what she does with the operatic piece in there, and then also the story.
Operatic.
Yeah, the operatic piece. It's delicious. There's an Italian opera moment in there. Very, very good.
Okay.
Beyonce always be trying to sing opera. There's always a moment in her career where she be trying to do a little opera. Remember when she was loving Ave Maria for like 10 years of her career? It's crazy. But Daughter is beautiful. There's a very good story told in there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, really, really great. And then Alligator Tears is also one of my favorites, and I think it's extremely underrated on the album because you gotta be a music head to appreciate it. Her glissandos and the way that she moves her voice and the layering, and then the augmented sort of moments that she has with her vocal layering are beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I'm getting nerdy. But those who know Alligator Tears is a work of art sonically and melodically. All right, the next two that are my favorite, Just for Fun, is an underrated one. That one is with our boy Willie Jones, I think his name is. Let me not lie. It's a duet with Mr. Willie. Yes, Willie Jones, who is another Black country artist. He has a beautiful buttery voice. I mean, he sits.
Not buttery.
Yeah, he sits in his baritone register, and it is stunning. So that one is underrated for me. And then, of course, To Most Wanted, her duet with Miley Cyrus. We love it. What more could you? And Miley's voice, y'all know Miley. Miley is so country. Like, she's country to her core. And so her little raspiness complements Beyonce's breath and the wholeness of her tone really, really well. And then the last two that I love are Riverdance, which just is a fun little moment in the track that starts to transition the entire album into what is more of a hybrid of country and hip hop, Southern hip hop. And then the last one, Sweet Honey Buckin'. I love that one because it's just fun. Bucking, whoa, bucking like a mechanical bull.
I don't know this one.
You haven't listened to the album.
Yeah.
And
what
I'm
is that?
telling you.
How many was that favorites?
Those are my favorites. The album has
how many favorites you got?
The album has 22 tracks.
So was that 5 favorites?
I gave you 6 favorites.
Lord have mercy, y'all. We got some listening to do.
Y'all got some listening to do. And for my music heads, you know what I'm talking about. I wasn't lying on any of those critiques. It's a beautiful work of art and my favorite Beyonce album to date.
Well, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm meant to dive in a little deeper.
You gotta do it.
I've been passively listening.
And I think one thing that I do want to share quickly before we move on is that I think I told you this in the car, is that Black Southern culture is so particular.
Okay.
It's so particular. It's so robust. It is the slave narrative. It is the triumphant narrative. It is the collard greens and neck bones. It's the creativity. It's the community. It's the culture. And I think Southern Black culture has influenced so many things around the world. But in my experience as a Black Southern American, there have been times where I have not fully appreciated my culture or seen it represented in a way that I could be proud of. And I think that this album, for me, there are moments and there's little dog whistles for Black Southern culture that if you know, you know.
Yeah.
And I love that about it. And I think that's why it's my favorite, because I feel like it fully represents me. And that's weird.
You feel seen.
I feel seen in Beyonce's music and this album in particular.
That's how I felt about Kendrick's what's the last one? Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. It felt legendary. Very personable. That's personable to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's cool when you find an album like that. It sticks with you for a very long time.
Yeah. This one is that for me.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, the cosmos has spoken and hit us with an eclipse the other day.
The eclipse.
We got out there. We didn't have any eclipse glasses.
Oh my god!
I was on.
We were so unprepared for this.
I was on Amazon the night before. Like, can I next day, one day primed, and all of them said explicitly like, what was the day? Like Tuesday.
Yeah.
They all said Tuesday. Tuesday. I was like, okay, so I had to use some other stuff for that. But we witnessed a cosmic event
from the comfort of our home. Okay,
if you will. Yeah.
We did. There was so much hubbub around this eclipse, and it's so funny because I really feel like in the age of social media, everything is magnified times 10. Like the eclipse is exciting, but is it really as exciting as we be making it seem? Like, I don't know. It was fun, but it was a little overhyped.
Well, the thing I'm tired of is them always saying once in a lifetime.
It's not.
Y'all said that. What was it 7 years ago. Once in a lifetime. Every time, once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Is it really once in a lifetime? If it's going to happen, if y'all, they already saying this once in a lifetime event, but stay tuned for the next one in 2024. I hope to still be alive in 2044, right? Like, I don't understand this once in a lifetime statement.
They just be talking.
But that was fun. It was interesting to see everything kind of go dark a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know.
That part was really fun.
I keep forgetting that movie name.
What?
Apocalypto. The movie centered around, I don't know if it's Aztec or Mayan, but there's the film has a major crescendo at an eclipse. Mm-hmm. So y'all should watch that again.
That's an intense
if you haven't
movie
seen
to
it,
watch, though.
It's a good one.
You got to be ready to watch Apocalypto, but it's very good.
One of my faves.
Mm-hmm.
And then also we had an earthquake.
Yeah,
happen.
I feel like that happened within days of each other. We had the earthquake and then the eclipse. Mm-hmm. And again, people on the internet talking about, well, God's coming back because the things are happening too quickly back to back. Now in my mind, I'm like,
it's just, I can't even say coincidence because like a few days later is, I think at a certain point you got to rule out coincidences, right? Now, same day?
Yeah, same day. Trippy. Yeah, if that happened on the same day,
that I'd be, yeah, you know, calling Pastor Tye.
Calling Pastor Tye. Get your heart right.
So I was at this meeting, and
oh yeah, Greg was in the city, and I was at home. By the way,
you were in the city during the earthquake.
Oh, I'm sorry, you were in the city.
You were at home during the earthquake, and I was in the city. Mm-hmm. I had a meeting, a 2-day meeting with like all these people in the other departments and whatnot, and there was a happy hour thing. Oh. And I bailed out of the happy hour.
I'm not surprised by that.
And I'm gonna tell you one thing.
That doesn't surprise
because
me.
I signed up for the happy hour, right? Yeah. And I was like, all right, yeah, I'll go to happy hour. Of course I gotta go. These people, I'm meeting them for the first time. Let me socialize with them.
Sure.
And then the day of, I called an audible. And I was like, y'all, I'm going home. And there's nothing like that. It's called JOMO, the joy of missing out.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing like being in your car or on your train ride back home knowing you missed out on something. That is a great feeling, at least for me.
No, you came home and you looked so tired.
I was tired. I was objectively tired, but man, it just feels so good to have the power of no. Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
That's a moment.
So y'all, like, lean in. Mm-hmm. If that thing ain't for you, say no and go home. It's just amazing to go home. And then so I'm high off this JOMO, right? Joy of missing out. The next day I'm back in the meeting, and then I hear people saying, "Oh my God, did you feel that earthquake?" And I go like, "What earthquake?" And they're like, "We literally just had and I look, the phones are going off. I'm like, there was an earthquake?
This man is so ridiculous.
And then I immediately had FOMO. Like I missed out on the earthquake.
I couldn't believe it.
And I was in the same room. And you're blowing up my phone. You're like, oh my God, the world's ending. Answer my phone.
I didn't say that.
I'm seasoning, but I'm embellishing. But you're saying like there was an earthquake, the house was rattling, the whole neighborhood was shaking.
The whole neighborhood was shaking.
We're dog sitting, our dog nephew Loki. Y'all both running around the house, freaking out. Meanwhile, I had no clue this was going on.
Can I just say, this man stresses me out to no end because the house shakes, right? I'm working from home because I'm dog sitting, and the house all of a sudden is it's shaking, it's rattling. The dog jumps up, it's barking. I run to the window. The whole neighborhood is doing this out the window. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, because I'm not assuming it's an earthquake because we're in New Jersey, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, did something happen in the city, right? When you live this close to New York and you know New York is a target for things, you are, in my mind at least, the thought is, was there a bomb? Was there something that happened? Did something explode? Oh my God, my husband's in the city today. Very rarely are we not in the city together, so that puts my anxiety on another level because I can't get to him. It's a whole thing. I'm texting and calling this man. He's not answering. He's not responding to anything. He finally responds, and I was like, oh my gosh, there was an earthquake. He's like, yeah, I didn't feel it. I'm like, what?
No, I go, sorry, I was at a breakout session.
said, I don't care nothing about that breakout session. When you see me calling, you answer the phone.
I had no idea.
This man
I am
stresses me.
so jealous of everyone that felt this earthquake. You don't understand how jealous I am.
He's too chill. I'm convinced that Greg is just too chill, and he just does not respond
I
to
would
things.
love to have an earthquake story. I would. You know how much I'd be telling that to the end of my days.
I'm sure.
You know I love a good story.
You do.
Imagine an earthquake story.
Oh, you tell that to our grandkids.
Goodness.
You would?
And I missed out. I clearly have the FOMO, and I'm just asking whoever's listening, just run that back. Hit us with another one, because I actually want to feel it.
Too bad, babe. You snooze, you lose. You snooze, you lose.
Yeah.
But it makes me think, between the eclipse and the earthquake, it's like it made me think about how unprepared I am for certain things.
Oh Lord, here we go.
And not in a doomsday way, right? Like if the world comes to an end, it is what it is. Like, but I do like the idea of being prepared for things. And so like even over these last couple of maybe months or so, maybe last year, I have been consciously doing things to stock the house with things like small things. Like I'll buy more things in bulk. If like canned goods are on sale at the Stop and Shop, I'll like triple up on those and like just make sure that we have an arsenal of things. But then I thought to myself, Alexis, it's not enough. Okay. We need to do more. And
what
so
we
for
gonna
we gonna tell them on the things we love.
Things we love. Shimmer, shimmer, shimmer.
Shimmer, shimmer. Things we love. Shimmer, shimmer, shimmer. Get your life together in case another earthquake/eclipse happens and the world comes to an end.
Edition.
Addition.
So we're gonna help y'all.
Yeah, we're gonna help y'all
at
out.
the
I don't
end
want
of
y'all
the
to
day,
feel how I was feeling.
Let me level set the people on our cause.
Period.
Our purpose.
Okay.
At Lovers and Things headquarters.
Regrand
Our
us,
number
honey.
one mission
Yeah.
is consumer advice
Okay.
related to your home life.
That's straight out of the marketing handbook.
Yes, this is the mission that we're on, and part of home life is surviving natural disasters.
Yeah,
y'all.
and listen, your home should be a place where you and your family can fortify, hunker down in a time of need.
We love a good hunker.
We love a good hunker. Right? In case things go down, hunker down in your basement up here in Northeast, people, and figure it out. So we have a couple of recommendations.
Eclipses, earthquakes.
Yep. Floods, apparently.
Oh, don't see. Let's move on. I'm not emotionally ready to tap into flooding.
That's okay.
Situation.
That's okay.
So you got some stuff to help the people
do.
survive their next natural situation.
I've got
the
a couple
cosmos
of
got
tips.
things to say.
I do.
And whatnot.
We'll go back and forth. But the first one that I have for you guys is something that I think regardless of what's happening out in the world, you probably need to have one of these in your car, in your home, because we are largely dependent on the electrical system and grid working. If anything goes out, most of all that we have in our house, yours included, is no longer going to work. And so what I found is a solar charger power bank. So you guys know those like battery, what do you call them? Battery packs. This one is solar powered, right? Because you have to physically charge those battery packs that you have now by way of electricity for them to be then recharged again. Well, if you ain't got no electricity, your battery pack don't matter anyway. These are solar powered battery packs. And so what you can do is leave it outside. The sun does its thing. It gets charged up and you have a forever use of this particular device. I absolutely love it. It also has an LED flashlight on it. It has attachments where you can attach to different sort of ports for different devices. It really is a 3-in-1 sort of charger.
Yeah.
So the sun can charge it at the same time that is charging your devices as well. That doesn't have to happen separately. But I think it's amazing. I think you should have these in your home as well as one in your car because you never know. You never know. And for $59.99, as long as you keep it up, this thing will last forever.
Yeah.
Electricity or not.
I guess you won't be able to survive an eclipse with this.
No.
So you're on your own for eclipses.
If it goes dark, I don't know what to tell you.
But I do have something for an eclipse.
Oh.
You ain't going to power your phone because the sun will be blocked.
Okay.
But you can observe it.
Okay.
With a colander. Hear me out. Colander.
Do you have a want?
Oh, see, this is what she's doing.
Do you have a want?
She's doing this. I don't. I'm the producer. You can't womp me.
Okay, well, I just womped you.
You just want me.
Yeah.
Colander. So I didn't have we didn't have solar eclipse glasses.
Yes.
And we didn't want to do the pinhole thing. 'Cause I didn't feel like that was vibey enough.
Okay.
So in your next eclipse, if you find yourself ill-equipped,
Oh.
break out the colander.
Mm-hmm. Like, what do you think?
We were able to observe the eclipse with the colander. Basically, what the holes of the colander, it shines the eclipse profile
Onto a flat surface.
you use like a canvas or some sort, a backdrop. We just use like a cardboard box, and then you can see the crescent happening of the eclipse.
Yeah.
With a colander.
It's very cool. You can literally see it happening. And so instead of having one big circle where you see the eclipse happening, all the holes in the colander are having that same eclipse effect.
And then at totality, at the moment of totality, you can see the dramatic covering of the sun by the moon.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
We have photos.
We did it.
It was fun.
The colander, y'all. That's the thing I love.
You got one in your kitchen. You don't even
Is a
got to buy
colander.
nothing.
Yeah. You already got one.
Very good. I have another one.
You got one?
This idea of a go bag was actually shared with me with my sister. Her and I are both documentary realists, if you will.
Oh, that's
and
what they
so
paranoid people call themselves realists.
I'm a realist. And so she introduced me to this idea of a go bag. And essentially what a go bag is a ideally a waterproof, highly produced, well-constructed backpack, one for each member of your family that holds their essential items in it. So in the event where you guys had to get up and go for any particular reason, doesn't have to be negative or disaster related. Each person's personal items, again, are already packed and ready to go. You're not scrambling and forgetting things and so on and so forth. One of the reasons why I thought this was interesting, because if you have elderly people in your family, children who need particular medication, if you need particular medication or particular needs, it could be interesting to just have those sorts of things packed and ready to go in the event that you need to move locations quickly. And so this one backpack that I'm going to share with you guys is a 50-liter hiking backpack. It's waterproof. And again, it's marketed for camping, but what I like about it is that it has multiple compartments for you to be able to pack all of your things. But because it's a hiking backpack, it has all the ventilation and the cushioning that you would need for it to be comfortable to wear as well. For $27, also not a bad price, because if you're buying them for your family, you don't want to buy $70 backpacks for everyone. So that's what I'm going to recommend. 50 liters is quite a bit. Like you can fit a lot in this backpack. Clothing, shoes, water bottles, those battery chargers we were talking about, umbrellas, what do you call them? Collapsible canes, like all sorts of stuff can go in these backpacks. And again, every couple of years you can revisit them, update them with things that you may need. And it's interesting. It's like you're preparing for what may or may not happen. But at the end of the day, the things that are in these backpacks you're going to need to use anyway. Yeah. Like, there's medicine in there. You run out of medicine, just grab it out of your go kit, or you know what I mean? So it won't ever go to waste, but it is nice to have.
I love that.
I thought that was such an interesting idea. So I'm going to be working on Greg and I's go kits just so we can have in the basement stored away.
Beautiful. Look at Lex.
I like to prepare.
Resourceful.
I do what I can. I do what I can.
I'm still recovering from my FOMO from the earthquake. Like my ego is so bruised. Like I would love to have, to have this story to tell. I survived the earthquake of 2024.
You wanted the shirt.
I can't even get the shirt because I can't speak to the trauma.
Lying. Yeah, you don't want to lie.
Yeah. So they sell earthquake detectors.
Oh,
and that's the thing that I love is an earthquake detector. I'm gonna link it in the show notes below. You could keep one up in your home. If I get a few, put them around.
Not a few.
Put around the house.
All right now.
To detect earthquakes, because clearly I needed one.
Yes, you did.
Because I didn't feel it. So I need a detector to let me know an earthquake's happening. Pay attention so that you have stories to tell people. Yeah. And that's what a thing that I love is an earthquake detector. Yeah. Now, this one is $60.
Yeah.
So I'm going to help you guys out. I'm going to show you how to do a DIY earthquake detector.
Oh.
So you know those squiggly eye things?
Googly eyes.
Googly eyes from the arts and crafts that you put on paper and all that? So all you gotta do is take a piece of cardstock, glue 2 googly eyes on it, and then when those eyes get to shaking,
Earthquake.
That's it. You just have the eyes start moving around.
That's true.
And then you know an earthquake's happening.
Because why else would it be moving?
Why else would it be moving?
Yo, that's wild.
Every
that's a
other
good idea,
every day, it's just looking regular.
Yeah, no, that's a good
Because
idea.
nothing exciting is happening.
No.
But once that house gets to shaking, the eyes get to
Quaking.
moving around, the eyes get to quaking. See, that could be the tagline. We could make this and sell it.
Yeah, I'd feel bad about getting over on the people a little
What
bit.
this is America, baby.
This is America.
We'll work through that. Matter of fact, I'll do it myself,
That's
and
fine.
then you want me to buy you things with all my earnings from that. But yeah, a DIY earthquake kit, get you some googly eyes, save yourself $60.
Very good.
Yeah, let me know if you need any help making that. Send us pictures. Matter of fact, make your own DIY. I'm sorry, I'm done.
And tag us, lovers and things.
Yeah. So I feel good. Do you feel good that you've helped the people?
I do. Do you guys feel
survive the
helped
next,
is the question.
Natural phenomenon or cosmic celestial situation?
Oh my God. What's happening?
AKA the eclipse.
What?
They're going to survive their next eclipse.
Yes,
because
as
of us.
long as you guys feel helped, then that is all that matters. But I think we provided some interesting tidbits, some nuggets to chew on, if nothing else.
If nothing else.
If nothing else. Fantastic.
Yeah. So we got anything for the people? The people should definitely like and subscribe.
Yeah,
if you're watching on YouTube.
Listen.
If you got this far.
Yeah, if you gotten this far on YouTube, like and subscribe. Leave us a comment. We are not afraid of your thoughts and your responses. Leave us a comment. Also follow us on Instagram, Lovers and Things Pod. And then, just follow along on our journey. Oh, biggest piece of homework is to share the pod. Y'all be listening to us and making us your dirty little secret. And we're not doing that in 2024.
Not the dirty little secret.
We are not your dirty little secret. You need to share us with your mama, your daddy, your auntie, your cousin, your coworkers. Why not? That's your homework. Thank you very much in advance.
Yeah. So this was yet another episode of the Lovers and Things podcast. Keep loving the things.
And loving your people. It's so, so important.
Love y'all.
Bye.